Ladies and gentlemen, it's Stryker of Enyo with a Twitch guide for you. That's right, Rainbow Six Siege. This is the operator profile for Twitch. Now, she has 2 armor and 2 speed, which I like to classify her as backup. She can back up the frontline defenders, the frontline attackers, which have 3 armor and 1 speed, or she can back up the roamer, who is going to have 1 armor and 3 speed. That's how I like to classify some of the characters in this game, is based upon how what their armor rating is and what their speed is. But yeah, she has 2 armor and 2 speed, so she can stick with it in a firefight with a frontal assault, and she can also do a little bit of roaming, but you want to keep her alive, because her shock drone, it becomes very vital in the end game, because if you have one guy or a couple of guys that are well defended and posted up, she can get in there and mess it up. So let's look at her weapons. We're looking at the FAMAS, and then she also has a 417 rifle. They both play drastically different. She has a shotgun, but quite honestly, stick with the FAMAS or the 417. Shotguns kind of make you play predictable. So holographic sight is always great. It's very precision. You could go with an ACOG. I've seen people do it. I've used it myself. I usually like to roll with the suppressor when I'm attacking, that way they don't see me. Once you get used to the way the barrel handles and whatnot when you're shooting with a silencer, it really does help. Always go with the vertical grip. It helps every single gun in the game. Never use a laser because I never want people to see me coming. And so yeah, the 417 though, you're going to play a bit different. You're going to hang back and you're going to stay out of it. The 417 really is more of a medium to long range weapon. The FAMAS will do short to medium beautifully, but this is the one where you need to have that medium range. So I suggest an ACOG, a compensator, and a grip. You really don't want to put a silencer on it. You're going to be shooting possibly from the outside a lot, and you want to have that full damage. The shotgun, it's okay. It's not bad. It does decent damage and whatnot. You can put a grip on it, but I really think that the highlight is the other stuff. The other 2 guns. Yeah, you have a P9 and then you have the 357, I believe. Go with the P9. You want high capacity. You put a silencer on it so that you can destroy items that you need to without using a shock drone. Stun grenade and breaching charges. You need to communicate with your team. If they're bringing a lot of breaching charges, then yeah, go ahead and grab some stun grenades. If they are not having breaching charges, or you like to be able to blow the holes open yourself, then go ahead with that. But yeah, like I said, you do want to stay back a little bit with Twitch, because her ability becomes very necessary in the end. Or toward the end of the round. So this is her ability. It's the shock drone. The shock drone cannot jump, but it can take out electronics. It'll take out jammers, batteries. You want to take out the ADS, any of the gas bombs. So it's really vital when you're doing stuff like that. It lets you're going to be able to scout out enemies and find them. So like, when they're barricaded in like this, and you have an entire team coming down on them, use it to shock them and coordinate with your teammates. Yeah, I ended up dying, but coordinate with your teammates so that when you're shocking the enemy and you're pissing them off, they can rush in and score headshots. Or in this case, I used myself basically as the diversion so my buddy could come in and shotgun the fuck out of them all. And yeah, he revived himself right on top, but he died still anyway. But yeah, the shock drone is so valuable. You can sneak in there, you can take out shots from underneath doors, you can get behind the guys with the shields, you can start attacking them, and you can finish off and kill an enemy. Each dart, you get 15 of them, each one does 10 damage. So as you can see here, I hit this guy 4 times. I've done 40 damage, so if I was coordinating with a teammate, he could have easily engaged them as well and finished them off. She also comes with 2 regular drones, which doesn't have the shock ability, but I believe they can still jump. and they can still mark. So, you know, it's not bad. You can still have some backup. So even if you lose your shock one, you can still have a couple other drones to use in reserve. But yeah, I mean, the shock drone is completely invaluable across everything. You can get in there, you can attack when someone has no idea you're there. Hide in dead bodies, that's really the best thing to do. They cannot see it. The shock drone is a bit bigger than your standard drone. So, and as you can see, my teammates finished off the guy while I was busy. We were laughing hysterically since I was bugging the hell out of the guy. So here are the weapons. So the FAMAS really is one of the best assault rifles in the game, in my opinion, and I think a lot of other will agree. It has a high rate of fire. The damage per bullet isn't as high as some others, but you can get a lot more bullets on target. The recoil can be a bit more. I kind of think the silencer helps out with that a little bit. But you really can't go wrong with the FAMAS. You know what? Try it with and without a silencer if you want. A suppressor, I mean. You know, you can't go wrong. It really is great up close, too. I mean, I've used it firing from the hip and hitting targets constantly. So maybe a laser sight is something you wouldn't mind. Like I said, the 417, you're going to be single shot. You're going to be using different tactics. Shooting people through windows and whatnot. So the 417 really does have its merits. But quite honestly, I don't see a whole lot of players using it. But I've seen others that are good that can use it to quite a good effect. But yeah, this is basically Twitch. You can pick up the drone whenever you want. You really should be taking out, like I said, jammers and batteries, the ADSs early in the match and making it easier. And then you need to be grabbing your camera. You need to be grabbing the shock drone so that you can use it toward the end game, because it comes really vital later on. So it's great for a distraction. Hiding in dead bodies really is the best way. I don't know if they're going to change that, because as soon as a body is dead, it becomes hollow, and you know, players can walk through it and whatnot. So I don't think that's going to change. So yeah, hope that helps out. And if you're looking for a few more operator videos, hey, I'm probably going to do a few more. So keep it here, and like, subscribe, and whatever.